It's been an epic season so far, 16 titles claimed, leaving just one more trophy up for grabs. Welcome to our final week of tournament action from the American Golf Championship Tour, right here on Sky Sports. We're at the Belfry once again as the elite amateurs join the tour for the inaugural Scratch Championship. It's a fitting finale to this incredible season, involving over 7,500 players accessing the sport of golf in 17 tournament categories at free-to-enter events across the UK and Ireland on one of the most diverse golf tours on the planet. Last week at the Belfry, the 9-hole pairs championship did it again, delivering some incredible action through 3 qualifying rounds and into the final match play shootout on the back 9 of the Brabazon, involving some great golf, plenty of drama, and this hole-in-one by Fulford Heath player Ross Holmes at the 14th. But despite that superb shot, Ross and teammate Scott Nixon eventually lost out at the majestic 18th hole when Howard Burton rolled this putt in to win the title for he and playing partner Paul Hutton. The Wortley Golf Club pair claiming the title, the trophy, a place on the Tour Honours Board and booking their place in the American Golf Tournament of Champions at the Heritage Resorts in Mauritius. And on we go to the final event on the calendar, as this week the elite amateurs make their debut on the tour in our brand new Scratch event. And next week we'll finish off the year with a chance to enjoy the best of the action from all of this year's tournaments in our pre-Christmas season review. Coming up on this week's show, we've got plenty of golf for you, starting with news from the opening 2 rounds of the Scratch Championship. And then we'll finish with highlights coverage from the final round as the players battle to claim the inaugural American Golf Scratch title. But before we get out to the course, let's hear from the American Golf events manager Matt Bacon about the last event on this year's tour.
A welcome addition to this year's calendar is the American Golf Scratch Championship. We thought it was about time that we staged a competition for the elite amateur golfers out there. I think it's great for the game to see all types of golfers of all abilities, but these guys are special when you watch them play. You know, how much work they put into their game and their golf, the amount of hours they put into practicing, and you see all that out there on the golf course. It's great to have these elite players on the tour because it gives the viewers an opportunity to see what you can aspire to. Great to watch. We've had over 200 people on the reserve list that we just couldn't get into the game and nobody pulling out. So, great response. I think it's a great starting platform to be at the American Golf Tournaments in front of the cameras. We want to see them on the big tour events playing with the big players in years to come.
And this is the format for the Scratch Championship. It's a 36-player draw. The tournament will be played over 54 holes. The first round played on the PGA National Course, and then the second and final rounds played on the Brabazon to decide the inaugural winner. Adam Phillips spoke to some of the players ahead of the opening round on the PGA.
Have you managed to play here before?
I've played here a couple of times, yeah. Not for a couple of years, but I always enjoy coming here. It's a great facility, great golf course, and a great tournament. What AG's done for amateur golf this year is fantastic.
Playing pretty well. I've had a good season playing for the Leicestershire County first team. Had a good season. Won a few things locally, so yeah, it's not been too bad. Yeah, going in with a good frame of mind.
It's fantastic. I mean, obviously free entry. It's you can't beat coming somewhere as good as the Belfry. You know, a fantastic course and all the events they do. I know quite a few people who played in a few. My first one, so hopefully it'll go well.
Well, we wish you all the very best for today.
Cheers, thank you.
Tell us about your influences in the game.
I just like all the big sporting heroes, really. Jordan Spieth, he's great, he's only a smallish lad. Doesn't hit it very far in comparison to some of the big boys, but his short game's just immaculate, so sort of strives you on when you're not the biggest of it is. But then obviously you've got the big boys like McIlroy, and obviously they inspire you to do everything you can.
I'm quite an aggressive player by nature. I try and hit it, sort of try and attack the pins and get the birdies where I can. So being the first time I'm playing it, might be a little bit more cautious, but I think yeah, got to go for the birdies.
I was off one for probably 5 years now. Recently got down to Scratch, so looking forward to moving on.
And what was that like as an achievement? That's the ultimate goal really for an amateur golfer?
Yeah, I sort of set myself a couple of goals this year. One of them was to get down to scratch, and then this was another goal, trying to get into this competition from American Golf, and then hopefully a win would be nice.
I think my chances are good. I think there's 36 scratch players. I think everybody can put 3 rounds together and win, but obviously I'd like to count myself into it, just see what happens.
Got an email a few weeks ago and 3 free rounds at the Belfry, so jumped to the chance and came up this morning, and yeah, can't wait, cannot wait. 54 holes, so yeah, it'll be good fun. Yeah, it'll be really good.
Time then for some news from the first round of the Scratch Championship, and 6 players finished even par or better. Cool, calm and collected. Joe Retford finished level after 18 holes of solid golf, with a few classy touches thrown in for good measure. 5 players went under the card on the PGA National in round 1, and at 1 under par were 2 players, Tom Irwin and Reece Lawrence. Both players giving us an early glimpse of what we can expect at this inaugural Scratch tournament. Approach play that should continue to set up birdie chances. Tom with some great iron play during his round, and Reece followed suit. All well and good then on the PGA, but come the next 2 rounds on the mighty Brabazon, converting those chances will be key to making a competitive score. 2 under the card were Jacob Austin and Chris Brook, neck and neck, side by side, and crossing the line tied second at the end of day 1. One man though took the first round by storm, finishing 3 shots clear of Austin and Brook. Chris Abbott turned in a confident performance and stuck to his game plan to try and dominate the course. 5 under par, having never played the PGA National before, was impressive, and it certainly left him in a dominant position in the tournament. Confirmation then of the first round leaderboard. 2 rounds of golf still to be played on the Brabazon can, and in all likelihood will, make a considerable difference to the numbers and ultimately names in contention. But the leading group is already in a strong position, and if you'd offered any of our 36 players 5 under and 3 shots clear at the end of round 1, lots of hands would have got munched. The second round did see some movement on the leaderboard, some forwards and some backwards. Unfortunately for Chris Brook, it was the latter. Drawn into the hole driving the 10th on the Brabazon scenario, he had the length but not quite the direction, into the water and sinking down the leaderboard a couple of places. The Brabazon was proving to be a big test for the AMs in round 2. Joe Retford didn't shoot level par again, but it's all relative, and relative to most of the scoring, his +8 left him tied 4th with Jacob Austin. Tom Irwin maintained his challenge. Dropped shots in round 2 was pretty much par for the tournament as it happened, so +6 was good enough to leave him in 3rd place going into the final round. But like all contenders for this inaugural Scratch title, chances earned will have to be taken by those players who have serious championship ambitions. In 2015, Tom Ruddle just missed out on winning the 9-hole pairs title with his brother Sam, and he was looking for more success in the Scratch in 2017. He found it in round 2, shooting level par, while those around him struggled to come to terms with the Brabazon. Chris Abbott remained in top spot heading into the final round, and despite dropping some shots, his even par overall total meant he actually increased his lead from 3 to 5, making him the comfortable favourite for the title. But Chris knows it's going to be a real fight in the last round for top honours. If the leaders drop more shots over the last 18, there is still a whole group of players that could take the trophy with a 2 or 3 under par performance on the last day. The tournament is intriguingly poised heading into the final round, which is exactly where we're headed. Join us after the break for highlights action from the last round of the American Golf Scratch Championship, right here on Sky Sports. Welcome back to the Belfry as we head into final round action at the inaugural American Golf Scratch Championship here on Sky Sports. 18 holes left to play on the iconic Brabazon. Let's get out to the course. And I'm delighted to say alongside me Matt Woods, 2-time winner on the Euro Pro Tour, former Challenge Tour player, and now head pro at Goring and Streatley Golf Club, also working as a coach with county squads and regional England squads. So there's your build-up, Matt. Not bad. And Key a little wayward at 7, but you're looking forward to seeing these Scratch boys out on the Brabazon today.
Thanks, Simon. Yep, one of the iconic courses in the UK, and Comiskey here on the 7th. Par 3, 171 yards. This will be a 7-6 iron maybe for the guys. Starts on a good line, just cutting to the right. There is a bunker there, just going to catch the sand. A fairly straightforward bunker shot.
Connor Phillips. See if he can follow on to the putting surface, and you just see the rain starting to come down now. They've had rain, they've had blustery conditions to deal with, and that's been tricky for them, but that's a fine shot.
Oh, fantastic shot, couldn't have left it in a better spot. 6-7 foot straight up the hill.
Now Graham Booth at 12, and that breeze can also cause problems on the putting surface, especially slick greens like this.
Yeah, fantastic surface here, great pace. Just drifted off to the right. Tap that one in for par.
And at the first, Callum Dale very much part of the chasing pack today. Starts the day on 11 over, but an early opportunity here.
15 foot straight up the hill, can afford to be aggressive, which is what he's been, and finds the middle of the cup. Super putt, super start.
Back to 10 over, and no wonder there's a smile on his face. Now Stephen Key got himself in a bit of a pickle here.
This will be lob wedge, face open, long swing, throw it up in the air, try and get it to land soft. Just going to move left to right. Decent effort, give himself a 7, 8 out of 10 there. Good chance to save par.
Taken him a few years to get down to scratch, Stephen Key, but he's made it, and he's playing well. Now, Comiskey from the wet sand.
Expect to see this spin a bit. Easy to get the ball to spin out of the wet sand. Just grabs on the third bounce. Just inside his playing partner, so he'll be able to go to school on his putt.
Daniel Barsley at the 5th with an interesting decision.
Yeah, good looking second shot straight over the flag. He's going to putt from the semi-rough here. Good choice. Just going to amble to the left as it comes down the slope. Pace on the greens is fantastic. And in it goes. Beautiful birdie.
Oh, terrific stuff from Daniel Barsley. That's got his round moving. Playing alongside Chris Brook, who's had a good season with the Leicestershire County team. Said he was feeling really confident coming into this tournament. Got a little beaten up yesterday on the Brabazon, but that'll do.
Yeah, as did most of the field. The wind really picked up. Now onto the iconic 18th. Now this is an interesting putt. Down the first tier, then on the flat. It's got to catch that top slope. Needs to run out of pace and just dribble over, and that's exactly what we're seeing. This has got a chance.
Oh, wonderful stuff.
Oh, come on, break left. Oh, unfortunately, it's just moving to the right, but what a great putt. Now he's got about a 3-minute walk from the back of the green to the front, but he'll enjoy watching that one back on the TV.
Back to the 7th, and Stephen Key for a very nice up and down if he can tuck this one away.
Yeah, just on the left edge, maybe a tiny bit outside. Playing partner will be watching on. Lots to learn. Super up and down. Yeah, great 3. Keeps him at 3 over for the day. Is he going to give us a smile?
Not a chance. Good par from Stephen. Now can his playing partner Comiskey do the same thing?
Left edge putt. Perfect weight. Given that fern wrap. Oh, just catches the side and spins out. Disappointing 4 that'll be. Once he's tidied that up.
Yeah, collective sigh from everybody there as that lipped out. So this will be, or should be, a bogey for Sean Comiskey.
Yeah, enough here to grab his attention. Good stroke, straight in.
Back to the first and our penultimate group. This is Josh Winchester with his 3rd shot at the opening hole.
Yeah, one of his wedges, try and fly this 40%, let it run 60. Executed it beautifully, it's got a chance. Oh, he's just misread it. And that's going to be a rock solid 4 to start, that'll settle him down.
And Matt, all the modern players see those as chances these days.
Yeah, absolutely. Quite a gentle opening hole, 393 yards, so off the back of a good drive, these guys will be going in with a wedge, 9-iron, expecting to make 3s and 4s.
Birdie chance for Retford, has had a couple of good days.
Yeah, going to need to get something going early. Slightly left to right, looks to be aiming just a bit too far left to me here. Just going to hold out there, I think. A disappointing putt, but he'll take a 4.
Yeah, just asked it to do a bit too much there. And a rather forlorn walk to the ball. Only another 17 holes to go, Joe, don't worry. Come on, mate, you can do it. Now Lee Cardy with a very tricky putt, but this for par, other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, left edge, nice and firm. Really needs to find this to have any chance at all today, and does. Beautiful putt.
So just one more group to get out onto the course. Tom Irwin, Tom Ruddle and tournament leader Chris Abbott. Adam Phillips spoke to the players at the first tee.
What are your thoughts going into this round?
Well, trying to improve on yesterday because I made a mess of the Brabazon yesterday. Had a good run in the morning, so yeah, try and improve on yesterday.
So you're 6 behind from the leader. What does that mean for you in terms of tactics?
I might try and trip him up on the first tee, stare him down as we're walking down there. I was just going to just try and enjoy it, and yeah, if I win, I win. If I don't, I don't.
Well, we wish you all the very best for today's round.
Brilliant, thank you.
Shot 76 in the morning, and then I had to grind out in the afternoon for a level par 72. So all in all, I was quite happy actually, to be fair.
Do you think level par will be good enough?
I don't think so. I'm 5 behind, so I think I'll probably need to go 2 or 3 under maybe, but depends whether the weather holds out or not.
And does that change your mindset going into the course today?
No, I think I hit the driver twice because I wasn't hitting very well, so I think I'll probably just stick with the 2-iron and keep it in play and rely on holding some putts.
Nearest rivals are in the same group as you, can see what they're doing, see what they're scoring.
Yeah, you could look at it that way. I don't want to really think about that. I just want to play my own game, and hopefully it's good enough.
And what about your game was working well yesterday?
Definitely my putting. My putting was hot yesterday, especially around the PGA, and like I said, hopefully put drop again today.
And what would it mean if you managed to stay on top and win?
Oh, obviously winning's the main reason I came here, so it'd be class if I were to come out on top today.
Well, we wish you all the very best for this last round.
Thank you, mate.
The last group then, with our 3 leaders down the first. Nice drive from Chris Abbott. So he's second into this green, and he's got a nice cushion to play with, Matt.
Yeah, he's split the fairway there. Probably a little bit further back than he'd like. Looks like he's going in with an 8 or a 9-iron. Good look at the flag. Generous flag for the first hole. Just down the left, I think. Just going to catch the edge. Oh, nudges him beautifully.
Now Mark Rabone at 9. This is tricky.
Another one. It's running beautifully. Looks like he's got a chance. Oh, short game skills on display today from everybody.
Back to the first, and Tom Irwin just tucked away behind the trees.
Yeah, nothing for him really to worry about here, just in a semi. So expect to see the ball release a little bit when it lands. And a lovely little nudge off the right hand side. It's going to leave him 15 feet downhill, just off the left edge.
And the first being very kind so far to our leading group. Now Tom Ruddle, can he follow them in? That little pre-swing that catches the camera operator out every time, then the full swing, and he's a very good golfer, this lad.
He's thrown this one way up in the air, coming down just over the flag. It's going to leave him 20-25 feet back down the hill.
After the 7th again, we've seen some really nice tee shots so far today at this par 3 7th. Those trees just giving the golfers a bit of protection from the breeze.
Yeah, greenkeeper been generous with the flag here. In the middle of the green, so expect to see this go close. Oh, and that's exactly what he's done. Definite 2 there. Fantastic shot.
Chris Brook enjoying that one. Is that the moment when his round really comes to life? Now, similar position that we saw from Rabone for playing partner Armitage at 9.
Just on the bottom of the downslope. Expect to see this one release a little bit when it lands. Just going to come off the left-hand side. Another beautifully executed pitch around these greens, but the course in such great shape, it really lends itself to great short game.
Yeah, you can trust everything, can't you, that you see. Now, has Tom Ruddle got enough trust in his read on this putt?
Does he know what we know, which is it's just left edge, not outside? And another player who's been fooled, and been fooled by the pace as well. Aggressive early, we know he's a few shots back.
Rabone to complete the job at 9 for a par. Having a good day today.
Just inside right and firm. No early peaking. Oh dear, just dragged it. He's done all the hard work. One of the great holes here at the Belfry, the 9th. Really going to get the players' attention. Always happy to walk off with a 4.
And the highs and lows of golf really illustrated there by Rabone. As Armitage just rolls his in for the up and down. So 2 different ends of the spectrum there. Back to the first, and Tom Irwin with a birdie chance to try and initially take a shot out of the lead that Chris Abbott has.
Again, another one just down the left side, disappears behind his legs, and
they all want it to come back, don't they? They all want it to come back, and it's not.
Everybody's overread that putt today. Greens will have slowed a little bit with the rain, so maybe that's where they're getting caught out. Now this should be a kick in too. So that stunning tee shot, well done. Beautiful birdie. Tough little stretch now, 8 and 9. Good to get that one in.
Tournament leader Chris Abbott with a 5-shot cushion over the man watching him make this putt.
Yeah, chance to go to 6. It's not always the most comfortable place to be with a 5-shot lead. Oh, just run out of pace. We all think it should be quite easy, but there's all sorts of distractions mentally going on. So nice little settling par.
Easier said than done, Matt, but that's what he's got to think about today, just par golf.
Yeah, liked his interview, said he's really just going to worry about himself, not really pay too much attention to what's going on around him. But I guarantee you'll be giving this a close watch. Oh, catches the right edge, does enough.
So a par for Tom Ruddle and a puff of the cheeks as well. He knows he's got his work cut out today, but he's going to give it a go. And for Tom Irwin, big improvement yesterday, came through the field with a decent round of golf, just like Tom Ruddle. But no, and he will be kicking himself. That was a very nervy putt. Chris Abbott remains the man to beat then in the American Golf Scratch Championship. More final round action coming up after the break, right here on Sky Sports. Welcome back to a rather blustery Belfry for coverage from the final round of the American Golf Scratch Championship. Not just blustery either, there's some rain moving in as well to make things interesting for the leading groups on the front 9. Let's get back to the action, and tournament leader Chris Abbott has parred the first and second, and he's going for it by the looks of it at the 512-yard par 5 third.
235 to the front, good looking swing. Just needs to clear the water, and then he's got an easy third shot. Oh, and just about clambers over. I'll leave him a fairly straightforward pitch straight up the green.
Now Billy Ray from Hampshire plays at the Wellow Club. He's got to come in over the water here at 6 as well. Beautiful hole, the 6th.
Yeah, water meanders all the way out the left-hand side. Really gives the players something to think about their tee shot, but also their second shot as well. Now Dale's hit a fantastic tee shot, be looking straight up the green, struck this beautifully, zeroing in on the flag. Oh, stunning. Absolutely stunning. 15 feet straight back up the hill for birdie.
Callum Dale started the day well with a birdie at the first. He's given that shot back again. Playing alongside Joe Robinson and Billy Ray today, and this looks good as well, Matt. Oh, beautiful. 2 great approaches.
Another stunning shot. Beautiful control. Struck it well, you saw from the spin. Now Key on 9, avoided the bunker, but he's got such a tough second shot. He's got to flirt with the water around the green and a bunker just in front of the flag. Almost impossible to get this one close, but he set it off on a great line. Oh, and look at this. That'll meander back close.
Dribbling back down that hill, it kept dribbling, didn't quite make it to the hole, but it's left Stephen Key in a really good position. Now then, Bardsley at 8 for birdie.
Yeah, another tough hole, really need a good tee shot here. Just lacking in pace, going to meander to the right, but that'll be a rock solid 4. Most of the field will rip your arm off for that today.
Playing alongside Chris Brook, and I think these two really wanted to push each other on today, and as Tom Ruddle said earlier, maybe a 2 or 3 under will be good enough, and that is the case.
Yeah, momentum. If your playing partner gets going and you can hang on to his coattails and then just nick one here and there, you never know what can happen in this game. Disaster lurks around every corner on this course.
No disaster for Brook or Bardsley. Couple of pars as they move away from the 8th. And back to Billy Ray at 6. We've seen some cracking approach golf from this group so far at this hole.
He can afford to be fairly aggressive with this one. Slightly back up the slope, slightly off the right-hand side.
Come on, come
Got
on.
a chance. Go on. Oh, yes. Fantastic 3. You're going to enjoy seeing that one back.
Great putt from Billy. The leader. Par at the first, par at the second. Lovely approach shot across the water at 3, so he's got a real chance here.
Yeah, very brave. He really didn't need to do that, so he deserves the 4 for his bravery with his second. A little tentative. 7 or 8 foot back up the hill for birdie.
Now Stephen Key coming in to survey where the ball made it back to. That was not far away at all. And another easy putt.
Yeah, that's a 3 that he will not forget in a hurry. Fantastic. Now Abbott for birdie. Right edge and firm.
Just left himself with more work than he really needed, but that is a super putt. And doesn't he look calm?
He does indeed. He's stamping his authority all over this tournament. As the weather deteriorates, he's just moving further and further away from the field.
Cardy at 7, and Matt, another player, like quite a few we're going to see today, with a nice modern compact swing.
Yeah, neat little action. You'd expect to see him good with his irons. Oh, and that's exactly what we've seen. Homing in on the target.
And Winchester, similar sort of golfer. Quite a bold golfer as well. He is quite aggressive, he'll tell you that. Always fancies himself to do something out there on the course, and this is looking good as well.
Yeah, greenkeeper have been very fair today. There's enough flags out there to give the players an opportunity to make birdies. Give our leaders something to think about.
Now back to Tom Ruddle and the trousers. We haven't given the trousers a mention yet.
On purpose. Moving swiftly on.
Tom then played some wonderful golf back in 2015 to make the pairs final with his brother Sam, and that's the kind of golf he's capable of. That is a wonderful approach at 4. Now Retford out of the wet sand, should be able to get some control here at 7.
Going to move right to left when it lands. He's obviously got his attention, the lie here. I'm sure it's lying quite as well as we're thinking. Oh, and just executed that beautifully. Even left it 2 foot under the flag, giving himself the easiest putt for par.
Well, he ain't going to give us a smile, but he doesn't have to with golf like that. Now, Chris Abbott to go 2 under.
Yeah, good chance, just off the left side. Not masses of break in this. Oh, he's found his pace now. Just running the ball that foot past, really settling down into this leader's position beautifully.
Looking very comfortable out there at the moment. Hasn't put a foot wrong. I know it's still early doors in this final round, but that collapse that the rest of the field are looking for, no signs of that happening yet. Tom Ruddle then, brilliant approach from him. Can he make it count?
Yeah, Ruddle needs to get his foot on the gas. Oh, and that's costly. He's hit a beautiful putt as well. He's done everything right.
Cardy after a beautiful tee shot at 7.
Firm, right edge, straight back up the hill. Oh, commentator's curse. He's hit it exactly where I told him to, and it's still missed.
What do we know, eh?
Just sit here and watch them all day. Still don't get it right.
Chris Abbott then, just to tidy this up at 4 and stay at 1 under.
Really giving his playing partners nothing, doing exactly what he said he would do in his pre-round interview, just worrying about himself.
Yeah, talk the talk, now he's walking the walk. Back to Winchester for his birdie opportunity at 7.
But we know well, just off the left side. Only just off the left side. Oh, just drifted away. Giving himself a little bit to think about coming back.
Now Armitage at the par 5 15th. One of the scoring chances on the back 9.
Good second shot. Just covered the ditch. Only just. Sets this off on a good line. Looks like it's just right at the pin. Pin high, always important, get the distance right.
Our first look at an approach to the 18th. This is Rothney with his second shot coming in over the water.
Super tee shot. Always pick the left edge of the bunker as your starting line for the tee shot. This one's all over the flag. Is it long enough? Oh yes, just enough. He couldn't leave that in a better position, but his heart would have been in his mouth.
Now Retford was in the bunker tried to get out, but just caught the lip of the bunker and it shot it out across the fairway. So this is his third shot, and how's that for a recovery?
Oh, fantastic. He's going to get out of here with a 4. Really will go down as save of the day.
Mark Rabone for par at 15. That'll be frustrating because this is a birdie opportunity, this hole. And he'll wish that that putt was for birdie, but it isn't. Putt to preserve the score, but well made nonetheless.
Puff of the cheeks. It's been a tough day out there for some of them. Now, a little bit of tidying up needed. As I said, this will be par of the day. Right edge. Oh, in she goes. Take a bit of momentum into the back 9.
A little spring in his step there. 15 and Armitage for birdie.
Just clambered up the tier. Right edge putt. Nothing too silly though. Green's running beautifully. Oh, it just got away from him.
Now some of the players approaching 10, one of the superstar holes of world golf.
Yeah, a hole that needs no introduction. Decision to be made on a tee. 7-iron and then some kind of wedge in, or take a Seve moment, drive her out and rip it in the middle of the green. Risk and reward personified.
It is a quite fantastic hole. Beautiful to look at as well. And it is the former decision taken by Josh Winchester. So going with the iron to set up the wedge into the green.
Yeah, a couple of bunkers down the left-hand side. He's just got to be careful of.
Oh, hang on.
Looks as though down the left, I think. Is he going to catch enough of the fairway? Oh, and just does. That's actually going to leave him a perfect angle into today's flag.
Now, Matt, I love this hole. 12 has matured beautifully over the years.
This water at the front won't trouble the players today. This brook up the right-hand side is what's going to trouble them. Flag in the back right corner. Ideal shot will be starting left and fading back towards the flag.
Now, talking of Brooks, here is Chris Brook up on the tee. He's played some good golf today, but just hasn't quite been able to steal that march that he was looking for.
188 yards, probably a 5 or a 6 iron for these players. Started it on a good line, just hasn't faded back, but no more than 20-25 feet away, as we've seen all day. Executing chipping beautifully, the players have been, so you never know.
Chris Abbott, first little stumble, dropped a shot at 7, so has gone back to even par, but no alarm bells ringing, and with approach play like that, he looks fine.
But that was his third, found a bit of trouble off the tee, so maybe a mini wobble.
Yeah, confirmation of our leaderboard at the moment, and this man's 6 back, Tom Ruddle, but he's more than capable, Matt.
Yeah, this is also his third, found trouble off the tee, so he's really got to jam this one in close. He's got to give our leader something to think about. It's on a good line, maybe just dragged it a tiny bit, and it's just going to fly a bit further than he wants, so 20 feet for par.
Now, after a sketchy tee shot, Winchester has full view of this 10th green.
Yeah, and with about 100 yards to go, an easy shot to create some spin, but he really needs it with this flag. But like I said, looking straight at it. Oh, stunning. Stunning shot, beautifully controlled. Almost a rock-solid certain 3.
Bardsley then, watching playing partner Chris Brook, going with loft here.
Yeah, and flag out, really fancies it. Hasn't got much in it, it's pretty straight. Oh, look at this. Short game today from everybody. It's been of the highest quality.
Now back to Ruddle. This is a must make, this par putt at 8. Doesn't want to give Chris Abbott anything else today.
Set it off on a great pace, great line. Oh,
well
and
done.
it finds the hole. Beautiful 4.
Very well holed by Tom Ruddle, and Josh Winchester to put the icing on the cake. Not quite plan A at hole 10, but it's worked out beautifully.
This is a hole he won't forget. Always nice to make a 3 there.
And on camera.
Absolutely. Match the likes of Seve.
Couldn't resist a little look back, could he? Now, another important putt, this though, for Chris Abbott, our leader, to stay at level. No.
Oh, drop shot 7, drop shot at 8. Tough 9th to come. It's an important part of his tournament, this. Really needs to focus over the next few holes.
So things getting a little tougher out there for the leader. Fortunately for Chris though, no challengers were really stepping up to put him under pressure, although there was still plenty of good golf to enjoy. Daniel Bardsley had a good final round, finishing at 2 over for the day with 2 birdies. That was the second of them at 14. After a disappointing front nine for Josh Winchester, his birdie at 10 seemed to be just what he needed. He followed it with another birdie at 12 after this terrific tee shot and was through 15 holes with a round back on track. In the last group, the wheels really came off for Tom Irwin. This cracking par putt at 9, one of the only highlights, as his challenge started slowly and then conked out. Hampshire's Billy Ray was steady in the final round, but he'll be the first to admit still too many bogeys on the card to allow a charge to ever get going. Tom Ruddle was realistic about his chances on the last day. 5 shots back meant that he knew in reality he was playing for places. He was only 2 over though through 10 and putting together another fine effort after yesterday's level par round, but a treble at 11 hurt his card. Chris Brook carded 3 birdies through 16 and then found another at 17 after this fantastic approach set up an eagle chance that eventually ended up as a tap-in birdie. And that left him just 2 over for the day and leading the way in terms of the scoring in the last 18 alongside Joe Retford. Joe dropped shots at 2, 8 and 11 but countered well with this birdie at 13, his first of the round, to leave him in position to make a strong challenge for a decent place on the leaderboard. And a birdie at 13, well earned, with a good putt. And Chris Abbott, leader on day 1 and 2, looked untouchable at 1 under through 6, where he even had a putt to go 2 under. But problems at 7, 8 and 9 prompted him to go for the green with his tee shot at the par 4 10th, which didn't work out as planned, making it 3 bogeys and a double in 4 holes. After more drop shots at 12 and 14, was this the opportunity the rest of the field were looking for? Find out after the break when we come back for the conclusion of the American Golf Scratch Championship, right here on Sky Sports. Welcome back to final round action from the American Golf Scratch Championship here at the Belfry. Blustery conditions made it a testing day on the Brabazon for the Scratch amateurs. Our clubhouse leader though is Leicestershire County player Chris Brook, a 4 birdie last 18 to finish at 12 over the card. Still out on the course though, Joe Retford gave himself chances all day but didn't make a birdie till 13. A frustrating day for Joe, 11 under through 16, but he's going to finish high up the leaderboard. Tom Irwin looked good at the start of the day, but smelly triples at 10 and 11 have cost him any chance of making an impact in this final round. Former pairs finalist Tom Ruddle was also looking troubled. 3 bogeys, 1 triple and no birdies left him with Joe Retford on 11 over through 15. And even the man they're all chasing had a wobble, a pretty big wobble actually. Chris Abbott, having made it to 1 under through 6, then made 6 bogeys and 1 double over the next 9 holes to leave him at 7 over with 3 to play. Well, Matt, Chris Abbott not having the best of runs, but it's still his tournament to lose.
Bray's hit 2 stunning shots onto 17. Eagle putt, outside chance. A good memory to leave with. It's got a chance, just needs to turn a bit more, but doesn't. But that'll be a rock solid 4. Beautiful second shot to get it up there today.
Nice work from Billy Ray, and let's go to 16.
405 yards, those bunkers left and right off the tee are going to cause players all sorts of problems. If you safely negotiate that, flag in the back right corner, green all slopes away from there. And our leader's found himself under that tree we saw at the back of the green.
Yeah, he's had a poor run here, Chris Abbott. And he needs an up and down just to steady the nerves with 2 to play after this.
Ball's sitting beautifully, green's running beautifully. Don't be surprised if this has a chance. Oh, clatters into the flag and disappears.
He enjoyed that.
Can certainly start to relax a little bit now, but then saying that, 18, anything can happen.
I love it. His playing partner Tom Ruddle just said you needed that. He certainly did. Now Josh Winchester for par at 17.
Right edge putt. Has it got enough legs? Yes, it has. Dives in on that right side.
Yeah, I can tell you, Billy Ray tapped in for his birdie earlier on. We've seen a few birdies here at 17 today. One of the scoring opportunities on this back nine.
Retford with a chance to add another birdie. Also to get himself back to 1 over for his final round. Great score. Tidies up beautifully. And if he could somehow find a 3 at the last, 72 will be a great score.
Yeah, he's played some good golf today, Joe Retford. Well done. Now then, 18, the hole that really does crown this fabulous course.
A hole steeped in history. Christy O'Connor's 2-iron from the middle of the fairway. Sam Torrance's putt. Paul McGinley's putt. And American Balls finding the water for fun. Need a super tee shot here. Really got to clear the mind. Just commit to what you need to do. Left edge of the bunker. Little bit of draw if you're feeling aggressive. And if you do bail out right, as we have here, we've got a very long, demanding second shot.
Joe Robinson then. I haven't seen much of him in this final round, but he's played some pretty good golf at this tournament. Just hasn't found himself in contention. That's a good strike.
Yeah, set himself up, aiming on that right-hand bunker, trying to turn it in from right to left. And that's exactly what he's done. Beautiful second shot.
We're still in a situation where this is Chris Abbott's tournament to lose, but an eagle opportunity here means he can get even further away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, solid 2-putt from here, and he's definitely got one hand on the trophy.
Yeah, it's just wandering on. Key though that you watch those as they go past the hole, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Plenty to be learnt. Now Ray, this is the bunker. I can't remember whether Azinger hold it or lipped out from here. It's a carbon copy, got a chance, just ambles off to the right hand side. Beautifully played.
There you go, Billy, compared to Paul Azinger by Matt Woods. Not bad, eh? Now back to Abbott for birdie.
Just right edge, maybe just inside. Good firm stroke.
Oh, would you believe it?
Just stays there. Disappointing 3-putt. Played the hole well though. 2 super shots to get it on that green today.
We've seen a lot of good stuff from Chris Abbott today, and he's heading for the win. Now Robinson for birdie, and it deserves it after that approach.
Yeah, great second shot. Right to left putt. Something to remember his week by. Get in, get in. Oh, and buries it in the back of the hole.
He enjoyed that one, did Robinson. Beautifully done. And if Billy Ray can make the save from the bunker, then that'll be a tidy finish to their round. And Billy Ray's really moved himself up the leaderboard. In it goes.
Ooh, only just catches enough of the left edge.
And as the rounds began to come to an end, it was clear that the 18th was going to be Chris Abbott's victory lap. A lap of honour that he took in some style, starting with a blistering tee shot into position A. Followed by an approach that, if offered, most of the field would have taken at the last. And then a confident walk to the green, knowing that the last place at the Tournament of Champions in Mauritius was his. He was only an inch away from finishing with a birdie to claim the title, but a terrific putt to end with a par, and confirmation that Chris Abbott is the inaugural American Golf Scratch champion. And so to the final leaderboard. Chris wins by 4, but with a 78 that might have left him vulnerable if someone had gone under par today. As it was, the round of the day belonged to Joe Retford, good enough for second place, with Chris Brook and Tom Ruddle tied for third. And for the last time on this year's tour, the new winner received the trophy, presented this week by Matt Bacon of American Golf. Adam Phillips spoke to the Scratch champion.
I'm delighted. Words can't explain how I feel right now.
And were there any highlights out on the course you want to tell us about?
Well, I chipped in on 16 in front of the cameras, which was nice. I needed it really because I've just bogeyed 14, 15, so that chip in on 16 for birdie was sort of brought the round together. I mean, I just tried to go out there and just play my own stuff, try not to think about what my playing partners were doing, and thankfully it was enough.
Congratulations then to Chris Abbott, our last champion to be crowned in this incredible season, and the last name to be added to the Tour Honours Board. 17 tournament categories, totaling 22 winners. And that's not it for our coverage from the Tour here on Sky Sports. Join us next time for a trip down memory lane as we bring you the best of the golf action and the highlights from another amazing season on the American Golf Championship Tour. We'll see you next week for the big finale.